I came to the UK in 2022, and when I came in, I started to apply to all the NHS trusts I could think of in London. Every vacancy I saw, I applied NHS. And guess how many calls for interview I got back? 0. You guessed right. Or maybe you didn't guess. They all wanted one quality that I lacked. What? NMC PIN. So I started my work as a care assistant, but I tried my best not to get discouraged. I tried my best at the same time to strive towards my goal of becoming a nurse in the UK, getting my PIN. And it was quite challenging because I thought as soon as I got my job as a care assistant, I mean, they would see the potential and they would want to sponsor me and everything. Long story, it took me a while to actually get the training I needed for my OSCE. I did get the training eventually, and after I did my OSCE, I actually cried on the day of my OSCE. I'll give you full gist later. When we are talking about OSCE, I cried. That's gone. Then I came back from my OSCE. I was expecting on a normal day, after a month, my PIN should be out. I mean, after a week, they told me I passed, yeah. And I was like, yippee, I passed. And I was waiting for my PIN. On a normal day, it shouldn't take more than a month for my PIN to come up, but it took longer because I had issues. Yes, I had issues. Certificates, this paper, that paper, this mail, that mail. Not everybody has that issue though, but I did have the issue and it took a while. So I did my OSCE exam July 2022, and my PIN was not ready till September. When my PIN was ready, I just felt like, yeah, I'm not a registered nurse, UK RN, bam bam bam. Yes, so let's start to work as a nurse, right? Because the care home I was working with are carers, care assistant, and they also employed nurses. So I was like, okay, can you guys just upgrade me to nursing? And they're like, nah, it doesn't work like that. There's a lot of bureaucracy. You have to resign your role as a care assistant first, and then you reapply, re-interview, yes, for the role of nursing that you want to do. And I'm like, and they're like, and then you can't just resign your role like that. They have to look for somebody to replace you. You need a replacement, blah. It was complicated. But it was more complicated because your babe was pregnant. Yeah, I was this big. And if I had to reapply as like a new applicant, and I was very pregnant, who wants to employ a pregnant staff? Like, especially not one that is heavily pregnant that could pop at any time. Bear in mind, this was end of September and my EDD was November. Yes, so I had just like a month plus kind of before my EDD. So it was tough to actually leave that job and then try to apply for a new one when there's no assurance that I was actually going to get a new one. Although UK legislation says nobody should discriminate against me because I'm pregnant, but my dear, this is common sense. So I just felt like, okay, fine, I'll just go on my maternity leave as a care assistant and we'll take it from there. So I continued to work even after I got my PIN as a UK RN. I continued to work as a care assistant. September, October. In October ending, I went for my maternity leave, had my baby. Yeah. And then a couple of months later, I got a job with the NHS, and voila, here I am. So that's basically the story about I worked as a care assistant in London. What did I want to say? I wanted to point out that I forgot.